Tommy Egan isn't done yet. Just when everyone thought his empire was on shaky ground, Season 2 flipped the chessboard and proved that in Chicago's streets, no one plays the game like him. And if you think Season 3 will slow down, you're wrong, because everything we've seen so far points to Tommy going even deeper into war. Power and Betrayal, * Season 2 of Power Book 4. Force was nothing less than chaos, betrayal, and pure fire. From the very first episode, Tommy was moving like a man on a mission, not just trying to survive, but to dominate Chicago's underworld. What started as a struggle to find his place in a city full of established players quickly turned into a war where Tommy showed he wasn't afraid to burn bridges or people. If it meant getting closer to the throne, we saw him go head-to-head with the Flynn family, a crime family already deep-rooted in the city. Their empire was strong, but Tommy's hunger was stronger. Every move he made was calculated, even when it looked reckless. The Flynns tried to push him out, but by the end of the season, it was clear Tommy wasn't just another street player. He was becoming a real kingpin in his own right, and then came the betrayals. Friends became enemies, enemies became uneasy partners, and Tommy had to constantly watch his back. Trust was a rare thing in Season 2, and every single person around him had their own agenda. One of the biggest shocks was how close Tommy came to losing everything, not just his power, but the people he cared about. The streets of Chicago made him pay a heavy price, but at the same time, they gave him something he had been chasing all his life: control. The finale left fans in shock. We saw Tommy standing tall, but surrounded by danger on every side. The alliances he formed could collapse at any second, and the blood he spilled could come back to haunt him in ways we haven't even imagined yet. But the message was clear. Tommy isn't running, he isn't hiding, and he definitely isn't giving up. Season 2 wasn't just a chapter in his story. It was the rebirth of Tommy as Chicago's most dangerous new power. * When it comes to Power Book 4, Force Season 3. The question every fan is asking is simple: when will we see Tommy back on our screens? And the answer is layered, because Starz has been keeping things close to the chest. But if we read between the lines, study the release patterns, and look at the buzz from the cast and production updates, we can piece together a pretty strong picture of what's really happening behind the scenes. First, let's talk history. Power Book 4, Force premiered its first season in early 2022. Season 2 followed the next year, and if you've noticed the way Starz has been rolling out its Power Universe shows, there's a rhythm to it. They don't like long gaps because this franchise thrives on momentum. Fans don't just watch these shows, they live in them, arguing online, creating theories, and pushing the hype with every new twist. Starz knows this, and that's why they work hard to keep the cycle going. So if you look at the calendar, Season 3 feels like it's right around the corner. Production news also tells us something important. Multiple sources and cast mentions suggest that filming for Season 3 wrapped up months ago. That means right now the show is deep in post-production, the stage where the episodes get polished. The music is laid in, the pacing is perfected, and every gunshot, car chase, and dramatic pause is sharpened for maximum impact. Post-production can take time, but it usually doesn't stretch forever, especially for a show like Force that thrives on keeping the audience fed with constant content. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Starz has been carefully juggling multiple Power spin-offs, with Power Book 2, Ghost, Raising Kanan, and Force all pulling in big numbers. The network has to space things out just right. Too much overlap, and one show could steal the other's thunder. Too big of a gap, and fans start to drift. That's why the schedule feels like a puzzle. They want Tommy's return to hit hard, without being overshadowed by Ghost or Kanan storylines. Rumors suggest that Season 3 could be targeting a late 2024 release, with the possibility of an early 2025 window if Starz decides to stretch things out. But the signs lean closer to late 2024, especially considering how Season 2 left fans desperate for answers. Networks love to capitalize on that kind of hunger, and waiting too long risks cooling down the fire. But it's not just about timing. Season 3 represents a major turning point for the franchise. Starz knows Tommy Egan has become one of the most beloved, unpredictable and magnetic characters in the entire Power universe. That means Force isn't just another spin-off anymore, it's a flagship. And flagship shows don't get treated like side projects. They get big promotional pushes, high-budget marketing campaigns, and carefully chosen release dates designed to make the biggest impact possible. Think about it. Every time a new trailer drops for this universe, the internet lights up. Twitter, YouTube, Instagram fans break down every single frame like detectives. Hunting for clues, Stars counts on that energy to fuel the hype train. That's why the release date is more than just a number. It's a strategic move in a game of anticipation, and let's not forget the cast. Joseph Sikora, who brings Tommy to life with that perfect mix of fire and vulnerability, has been teasing fans on social media. Without giving away spoilers, he's dropped hints that Season 3 is going to push the story into new, darker, and even more explosive directions. When the lead actor is this excited, it usually means the writers and producers know they've got something special on their hands. So while we wait for the official confirmation, the writing on the wall is clear. Season 3 is coming sooner than later, and when it does, it's going to drop like a bomb. Fans can expect a release window that keeps the energy flowing from the last chapter, most likely lining up with Starz' usual late-year schedule. Until then, all the clues finished. Filming, active post-production, and the silence from the network are not signs of delay. They're signs of preparation. Starz is lining up the perfect moment to unleash Tommy back into the streets. And when it happens, it's going to feel like he never left. Asterisk, if there's one thing fans love more than watching Power Book 4, Force, it's watching the trailers frame by frame, second by second, like detectives trying to solve a murder case. And the trailer for Season 3 is no different. From the very first shot, it feels like the writers are telling us, this season isn't about survival anymore, it's about domination. And who better to carry that weight than Tommy Egan? The trailer opens with Tommy staring out over Chicago's skyline. It's not just a shot of the city, it's a symbol. Tommy didn't come here to blend in, he came here to take over. The silent moment at the beginning sets the tone. Season 3 is about power, not just in the streets, but in the shadows. Every move Tommy makes now will echo through the city's underworld. Then comes the chaos. Quick cuts show us car chases, gunfights, and deals gone wrong. But if you look closely, there's more than just action. There's strategy. Every explosion, every handshake, every argument in the trailer feels like a chess move. Tommy isn't just playing defense anymore, he's building an empire, one risky decision at a time. And the trailer makes it clear, Chicago is not big enough for everyone who wants the crown. One of the most striking moments is a brief flash of new characters. We don't know their names yet, but their faces tell a story. Some look like allies, others like enemies, but in the world of power, those lines blur quickly. Could one of these fresh faces be the next person to betray Tommy? Or could one of them become the unexpected partner he needs to finally lock down his empire? The trailer doesn't answer, but it plants the seeds, daring fans to guess, and then there's family. The trailer teases the return of deep personal struggles, showing quick shots of people who matter to Tommy beyond the streets. Family has always been both his weakness and his strength. In Season 2, we saw how blood ties and loyalty complicated his path. Season 3 looks ready to double down on that theme, reminding us that for Tommy, the fight isn't just about territory, about identity. Who is he when the gunsmoke clears? A brother? A son? Or just a king with no throne left to sit on? The voiceovers in the trailer are just as powerful as the visuals. Lines like, "You can't trust anyone in this city," and "Power comes with a price" echo through the quick cuts, reminding us of the world Tommy has chosen to live in. These aren't just dramatic words, they're warnings. Every alliance will cost him something, every victory will demand blood, and every step forward could push him closer to an ending he might not survive. One moment that has fans buzzing is the shot of Tommy walking away from a burning car. The symbolism is heavy. It's not just about an enemy losing. It's about Tommy shedding the past, leaving destruction in his wake and stepping into a new era. The fire isn't just behind him, it's following him. Season 3 looks ready to test whether he can outrun it or if it will finally consume him. The trailer also hints at larger conflicts brewing. Chicago isn't the only battleground anymore. There are whispers suggested in flashes of dialogue and mysterious phone calls that other cities and other players in the Power universe might collide with Tommy's story. Could this mean crossovers? Could we see familiar faces from Ghost or Raising Kanan pop up in Chicago? The trailer doesn't confirm, but the hints are enough to make fans dream big. What makes the trailer truly brilliant is its balance of chaos and control. It shows us the wild, violent world Tommy is stepping deeper into, but it also shows his calm. His eyes, his voice, his posture, it all screams confidence. Tommy isn't scared, he isn't running. He's embracing the chaos, almost daring it to get worse. That's what makes him dangerous. That's why this trailer hits so hard. By the time it ends, with a haunting shot of Tommy standing alone, the message is clear. Season 3 isn't just about another power grab, it's about evolution. The streets of Chicago are about to face a storm, and Tommy Egan is the eye at the center of it. The trailer doesn't give us answers, it gives us questions. And those questions are exactly what keep fans talking, speculating, and counting the days until the season drops. Asterisk every time a new season of Power Book 4, Force approaches, the fan theories explode. Some are wild, some are grounded, and some feel so real you almost believe the writers leaked them on purpose. Season 3 is no different, and the theories floating around right now could completely change how we see Tommy's journey. Let's break down the most explosive ones. The first and loudest theory is about Tommy's empire expanding beyond Chicago. Fans believe the trailer hints at bigger connections to the rest of the Power universe. A mysterious phone call, a shadowy figure in the trailer, and even the way Starz has been teasing crossovers all suggest one thing. Tommy might not just be fighting for Chicago anymore, he could be stepping into a larger playing field. Imagine him locking horns with Ghost's legacy, or crossing paths with characters from Raising Kanan. The idea of the universes colliding again has fans buzzing, because Tommy's story has always been about more than just one city. Another huge theory is about betrayal from within. In the Power universe, loyalty is always temporary, and Season 3 might prove that once again. Fans are speculating that one of Tommy's closest allies, maybe even someone who helped him climb in Season 2, could turn against him. The trailer showed us quick flashes of tense conversations, uneasy handshakes, and lingering glances that scream betrayal. It wouldn't be the first time Tommy trusted the wrong person, but this time, the cost could be everything he's built. Some fans even believe this betrayal could come from family, which would make the story hit harder. Then there's the theory about Tommy's ultimate downfall. Not in Season 3 necessarily, but seeds could be planted here. In the Power universe, no one gets to keep the crown forever. Ghost fell, Kanan fell, and if history repeats itself, Tommy could be walking into the same fate. Some fans think Season 3 will be the beginning of his end, with enemies growing stronger and every move he makes digging his grave deeper. It's a grim theory, but one that fits the brutal logic of this world. On the flip side, some believe Season 3 could finally give Tommy a real chance at becoming untouchable. This theory argues that everything we've seen, the betrayals, the wars, the heartbreak, has been shaping him into a ruthless but calculated king. In this version of the story, Season 3 doesn't destroy him, it transforms him. The burning car in the trailer, for example, could symbolize the death of the old Tommy, the reckless soldier, and the rise of a new one, a cold, sharp leader who doesn't just react but plans 10 steps ahead. A fan-favorite theory is about a shocking character return. The Power universe is known for bringing back faces we thought we'd never see again. Whether it's through flashbacks, secret reveals, or characters who somehow survived, this universe loves surprises. Some fans are whispering about connections to old allies or old enemies making their way back into Tommy's life. Even a cameo from Ghost in some unexpected form isn't completely off the table. Starz knows fans would lose their minds if a crossover like that happened. There's also talk about family drama fueling the season. In Season 2, Tommy's relationships with those close to him created some of the most powerful scenes. Fans think Season 3 will double down on this, forcing Tommy to choose between his empire and the people he loves. Will he sacrifice loyalty for power? Or will his need for family become the one weakness his enemies use to take him down? The trailer's hints about personal struggles suggest this theory could be spot on. And finally, the boldest theory. Season 3 sets up a war bigger than Chicago itself. The trailer shows whispers of rival crews, outside influence, and even talk of expansion. Fans are predicting that the story won't end with Tommy simply being Chicago's kingpin. Instead, this season could be the launch pad for a bigger war something. That ties all the Power spin-offs together. Imagine multiple empires colliding, old grudges resurfacing, and Tommy standing at the center of it all. It would be the kind of storyline that cements Force not just as a spin-off, but as the next core chapter of the entire Power saga. The beauty of these theories is that any of them could be true or none of them. The writers of this universe love to flip expectations, giving us exactly what we didn't see coming. That's why fans can't stop guessing. Whether Tommy rises higher than ever or faces his deadliest fall, one thing is certain: Season 3 won't just answer questions. It will raise new ones, keep us arguing, and remind us why the Power universe is one of the most addictive dramas on TV.